our studio, revved up and ready to go, and talking Brexit.
Yes.
Britain exiting, perhaps, the EU.
Before we get to all the press coverage...
Oh, you teaser. Carry on.
The hashtags. Brexit or UK in EU doesn't quite have the same ring to it. But the thing is, implicit in Brexit is the word exit, which means if it's a Brexit debate, people are kind of focusing on the exit part of Brexit. So I think European Parliament here in this tweet are sort of bigging up UK in EU. But unfortunately, it doesn't rhyme quite as nicely. And there's a lot of kind of capital letters and small letters
if you did hashtag EU, UK and pushed it together, it'd just be ugh.
Yuck. Oh, yeah.
And that wouldn't work very well either, would it? You know?
They've yet to come up with a really snappy, positive hashtag.
Do our best.
Anyway, hopefully it will happen. The British press is awaiting such a moment because for now they're just absolutely bent on spitting and gnashing teeth. And
the one in the middle, that's
kind of
David
mean,
Cameron dressed up as Captain Mannering from the old series Dad's Army, which was...
I was trying to figure out...
It was the Home Guard in World War II. It was a comedy show, it ran for years and years and years in the UK.
All right, that's less bad than what I thought they were doing, which was painting him as some sort of war-era German.
And the Who Do EU Think You Are Kidding, Mr. Cameron?
Yes.
Echoes the words of the theme tune, which was the song Who Do You Think You Are Kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
All right, well, you have...
A World War II song. So
Would you like to swap places?
Unlike everything, if you need to explain it, it's just not funny.
No, no, I didn't know any of that. But look, it's
Sorry,
layers of teeth gnashing. Cameron's EU deal is a joke. Then you've got inside Nigel Farage getting a completely free space to rant. Meanwhile, within his own party, David Cameron is, according to the Daily Mirror, being humiliated by 23 of his own MPs. So he's having it's a tough sell. It's being seen as a sellout. Anyway, Dan Hodges for the Daily Telegraph is saying, look, actually, beneath all the bluster here, this is David Cameron calling the Eurosceptics bluff in his own party. Why? Because they don't want to resign. The ministers in his own party, they're talking about, well, look, we're going to leave and we're going to support an out campaign, i.e. Brexit. But they'd much rather be ministers than lash themselves to an out campaign, says he. But the simple fact is, on Tuesday, David Cameron finally called the Eurosceptics bluff. Here is the deal, back it or oppose it. That's his point of view. Now, I quite like this piece in The Independent, Mark, because look at the headline. What has the European Union ever done for us? Now, because it's in The Independent, you would suspect that that's probably not a Eurosceptic article. And you'd be right, because it's a big list of things that are positive about the EU. It gives you the freedom to live, work and retire anywhere in Europe. And you go further down and there's a whole lot of other things like your holiday is much easier and safer. It means you're less likely to get ripped off. Great protection from terrorists, paedophiles, etc., 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 and also jobs. Basically, our businesses depend on jobs. So it's kind of listing out all the positives. I'm
sure the Eurosceptics would argue the complete opposite, wouldn't they?
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's a moot point. BBC's Newsbeat. What do you mean we break down the EU deal in Bieber lyrics? Which we won't, Mark. I'm just going to show you the headline.
You want me to sing again?
No. Anyway, I don't know any of his songs, so we're just going to move on from that one. Then there's 12 reasons why Cameron will lose on Brexit. If you want to read a pessimistic take on all of this, for those who...
The photo editors are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Picking out these shots like this. You know?
That's right. Well, Politico.eu breaks them down. Tony Blair being one of the 12 reasons. So they think that he generated some of the anti-European sentiment by being so pro-European. And also, Europeans is reason number 12. The Brits over the years have been shaped by foreigners arriving from persecution or poverty, but for the average Brit, too many have arrived too fast from other European countries, and so the cry to regain control over our frontiers resonates.
Britain is a country that's built on emigration, on immigrants. You know, my roots are Welsh and Irish, but like you say, that is a gradual thing that happened over generations.
That's right.
It's this massive influx in one go.
That's right, and it is an island, so probably
scared.
less used to.
And if you
flows.
read the Daily Mail, you'd think your life's in danger because that's the way they paint it, and lots of people read that and are influenced by that.
This is an interesting one, Mark. It's on a blog on the Channel 4. Brexit and Scottish independence. There is a link. In the sense that a lot of people who are in favour of Brexit in England are not in favour of Scottish independence, but there's actually a correlation between the two.
SNP want Scotland in the EU.
Right.
They see that as the link.
So
the old alliance, Scotland and France.
This is it. And so there is apparently a correlation between, I can't find the exact expression for it now. What is it?
I think Wales has the same feeling too.
It's English votes for English laws. So that's quite an English nationalist position when it comes to legislation. But there's a correlation between that and actually Brexit.
Interesting though, Scottish MPs can sit
And
in the
Scottish
UK Parliament, can't they? But English MPs can't go and sit in the Edinburgh Parliament.
That's it.
Anyway, I'm just
But the two
splitting
unions,
hairs, you know.
but it's getting very complicated between various, sometimes conflicting sentiments, etc. We'll just quickly look at this in El País. Now, from their point of view, this is Britain being selfish, etc. But you get this discourse a lot in the European, mainland European press saying, well, you're either in or you're out, decide, you can't change the rules,
It's been like that
go
since
away.
1975 though, hasn't it?
This is, but they're saying, look, this whole notion of an influx of migrants, it might have been the case in the Blair era, less so now. Italy's getting more, Spain's getting more. Cool it, Britain.
Spot on. James, we need to leave it there. James from Ireland. Thank you very much indeed. Great to see you.